Hi everyone, it's just me, it's Ash from Bittersweet Bipolar. Hope you're all doing well, or as well as you can be. It's the weekend, finally. I haven't been asleep yet, but that's okay because I'm feeling good. A few people have actually requested and asked for me to talk about borderline personality disorder, BPD. So that's what I'm going to do in this video today. Just a little awareness video about what borderline personality disorder is, what it's all about and how I manage it. I haven't actually got a full diagnosis of BPD, but I do have traits of BPD. So yeah, I'm just going to tackle that in this video today and hopefully I can help someone. Hopefully you find it somewhat useful, so here we go. So what is BPD, borderline personality disorder? It's a mental health condition that affects the way you think, feel and how you interact with other people. BPD goes by other names as well. It was officially and formally known as EUPD, which is emotionally unstable personality disorder. But they are thinking of changing the name of BPD to other names such as emotional dysregulation disorder, emotional intensity disorder, the list goes on and on, impulsive personality disorder, the list goes on, and they're thinking of changing it. But yeah, it just makes things a little bit more confusing, but it's all the same thing. So I get asked this question quite a lot. Is borderline personality disorder the same as bipolar disorder? Well, in short, no, it's not. It's completely different. They do share similarities, as in the high and low episodes, the mood extremes and things like that. Many people are often misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder and BPD just because they are quite similar, but there is a difference and I'm about to tell you what that difference is. So here are the 9 main signs of borderline personality disorder, BPD. Number 1, fear of abandonment. So fear that you're going to be left alone, that everyone's going to leave you and you're just going to be completely left on your own. Number 2, unstable relationships. You find it very difficult to keep a normal relationship going. It's very unstable. Number 3, unclear or shifting self-image. So you often question your identity and who you actually are. Number 4 is impulsive or self-destructive behaviour, which I'm sure a lot of people can actually relate to that. Number 5 is self-harm, which again is similar with bipolar disorder as well. Number 6 is extreme emotional swings. So not mood swings, emotional swings, where you get overwhelmed with your emotions and you can just straight away like totally change. Number 7 is the constant feelings of emptiness. Number 8 is explosive anger, which I'll talk about later on in this video. And number 9 is feeling paranoid or out of touch with reality. So I'll go a little bit more into them later. But what I want to talk to you about is my own personal traits and symptoms of BPD that you might be able to relate to. So I'm going to go over them now with you. Now keep in mind as well that BPD is a personality disorder, so it does affect the way that you think, feel and interact with other people. So for me, my traits and symptoms is my likes and dislikes change all the time, and small things can just trigger me off, like trigger my intense reactions like crazy. I overreact a lot to pretty much everything. It can be the smallest, tiniest thing that might not even make much difference to anyone else, but to me, like, oh, it's like the biggest thing ever. I can't help it, it's just the way that my head is. It's also difficult for me to let things go. My partner will probably be able to vouch for us on that one. But yeah, once upset, it's difficult to calm down. Yeah, I find it very difficult to I can't just switch off. Like, if something's triggered me off, I get so overwhelmed with my emotions. I do overreact, and the bigger the overreaction, the harder and longer it is to sort of calm down and reset myself, like to reset my brain. Another trait as well is impulsive and reckless behaviour. I've spoke about this briefly in my lives and stuff like that, we can talk about that at another time. Overwhelmed with emotions, like I say as well, and when overwhelmed with emotions, not being able to think straight, which is like you're just not rational, you're not a rational person. I also say and do hurtful things as well, if anyone else can relate to that. I don't mean them, but I can say the most wickedest things, like horrible things, and I don't mean them, but it's just what happens. It's just what comes out of my mouth. Like sometimes I just can't, well, most of the time I can't control it. But yeah, another symptom I would say for myself is acting out in dangerous or inappropriate ways as well, and having emotional blackouts. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that one. But I do have emotional blackouts, and I just totally black out completely, like I don't even know what's happened. So yeah, they were just a few of my own personal BPD traits and symptoms. I'm hoping someone else can actually relate to them as well, you know, so I don't feel as alone on that. But yeah, moving on, can BPD be cured? Short answer, no. But just like bipolar disorder and other mental health conditions, it can be treated and managed. So yeah, BPD treatment, medication such as antipsychotics to sort of help treat your irritability, or antidepressants to help treat a depressive episode. The thing is, medication can't really treat BPD itself, but it can help sort of with the symptoms of like depression. Another treatment, DBT. I don't know if anyone's heard of this. Sorry, I'm talking really quick. I'm on a little bit of a high. DBT is dialectical behaviour therapy. So what that is it teaches you how to control your intense emotions and feelings and your thoughts, to sort of help you manage distress and to accept and change your behaviour as well. So it's sort of like resetting your brain, sort of teaching yourself not to overreact the way that you do react to things. Also another treatment is talk therapy, which is really, really common, and that's where it helps people identify and understand what other people might be thinking and feeling. You know how I mentioned earlier how you can feel a bit paranoid sometimes and a bit suspicious of everyone? Well, that sort of teaches you, no, not everyone's talking about you. You know, it's just your mind playing tricks on you, but also makes you aware of how other people around you are feeling as well. So yeah, that is the treatment side of that anyway. What causes BPD? Well, there's no single cause of BPD, but it is likely to be caused of a combination of genetic and environmental factors. So what I mean by that is polygenetic factors could be inheriting genes from your parents, a problem with brain chemicals like a chemical imbalance, like I've got with my bipolar, everyone has with bipolar, or problem with brain development. When I say environmental factors, people with BPD come from many different backgrounds, like of all different backgrounds, but it is common for most people with borderline personality disorder to have experienced some kind of trauma or neglect in childhood. So it is a combination of different factors. There's no one set reason as to why someone would have borderline personality disorder, but many people with BPD also have other mental health conditions as well, or behavioural problems. So like I've got bipolar disorder as well as anxiety and PTSD. So yeah, it could be someone who also has bipolar disorder or depression or an eating disorder or generalised anxiety disorder, or even misusing alcohol and or drugs. So yeah, it's a combination of different things, and you can have another condition that goes along with it as well. BPD diagnosis. What should you do if you feel concerned or think that you have BPD? Well, firstly, you need to ring the doctor, make an appointment with the doctor, speak with your doctor as soon as possible. So what will happen is your doctor, once you do speak with them, will ask you about your symptoms, how you've been feeling, and how it affects your quality of life. That's one of the main things they'll want to know, is how is it affecting your life. And of course, BPD doesn't affect it in a fantastic way. It impacts your life in such a negative way. So the doctor will want to know about that. And you've got to be 100% honest if you can be. At least try to be. I know it's scary, but please just try and be honest with your doctor when you do speak with them. So your doctor will want to rule out any other mental health conditions first that are common, such as depression and things like that. If your doctor does suspect that you have BPD, they'll refer you to the mental health team for an assessment. So an assessment will be given by a mental health worker such as a nurse or a psychiatrist, and it usually lasts about 45 minutes to an hour, and they just have a chat with you. It's quite a relaxed setting, so it's nothing scary or anything like that. I know it can seem daunting if you've not been through that assessment before, but they're well trained to make you feel at ease and comfortable. So they'll just have a chat with you to see how you've been feeling and what's been going on, just to see just for you to catch them up on what's happening with you, and so they can help sort of assess you and give you a bit of a diagnosis and then take things from there. But yeah, like I say, I know the thought of getting an assessment and involved with the mental health team can seem scary and daunting. I understand that because I've been there before, first time round. I mean, now I know the system like the back of my hand, but first time round I was super nervous about it. But remember, they will have seen absolutely anything and everything, so don't worry about that. But I just need to say as well, it is worth knowing, right, being referred to, in the UK anyway, being referred to the mental health team for an assessment can take some time. It's not a quick process, not where I live anyway. It doesn't happen overnight. It does happen overnight, it's very, very rare that happens. So yeah, most referrals to the mental health team take anywhere from 4 weeks to 3 months, if not longer. With the pandemic it might actually be longer. So it's so important that you don't put off ringing the doctor and getting an appointment with the doctor and speaking with your doctor, because the sooner you speak to your GP, the sooner the referral goes in and the sooner you get help and treatment. That's the way you've got to look at it. Living with BPD, tips and advice. So this is just some of my own tips and advice, guys. Don't come for me if it doesn't work for you, or if you think it's a bit shit. Sorry, it's just my advice. But firstly, I would always say, and I think others would agree, is look after your physical health. Now, I can't preach about sleep because I don't sleep a lot, but it's so important to get enough sleep. If you can help it, try and get enough sleep, but don't oversleep either, because oversleep can be as worse as not having any sleep at all. And also exercise as well. Go for a walk. 5-minute walk can make a huge difference. For me with BPD, when I'm agitated or if I'm angry in a rage, if I go for a walk, it sort of helps focuses and calms us down a little bit. And also avoid drinking alcohol and or using drugs. The crash just isn't worth it, guys. It really, really isn't. If you're in a bad place, just don't do it. Don't even taste a drop of alcohol. It's not worth it. You know you're going to feel 10 times worse the next day. Another thing which I cannot stress enough is talk to somebody, talk to someone, reach out to someone. I know it can be difficult, but it's so important that you talk to someone and you reach out to someone, especially when you're feeling at your worst and you feel like you're struggling. I should take my own advice because I tend to sort of cut myself off from people, but I do reach out to my family and I say, look, I'm struggling here, and then we'll take it from there. Also keep a mood diary. As you all know, if you follow the page, I do keep mood diaries. I do little vlogs, like the way I'm doing these videos now. I'm doing vlogs, and that helps me to keep track of my episodes and also spot any patterns and triggers and stuff as well. But what you probably all want to know is the real shit, right? Of how do I actually manage to get through the day? I don't know. No, I do. I've got some little tips of what I do to get through the day when I'm feeling certain emotions, overwhelmed with certain emotions and stuff. So, living BPD, daily management. So this is when I'm feeling angry. When I'm feeling angry, I like to smash stuff up, I'll not lie. But I haven't been doing that so much. When I have been having outbursts of rage and everything, I've been quite good in the sense of I've been listening to loud music. I've always got my headphones in, my earphones in anyway, and I just jump about like an absolute moron, like an absolute loony. Pardon the word, like excuse the poor choice of words saying loony, but I jump about like an absolute loony, and it just sort of helps to get these rage, like anger, agitation sort of out in a healthy way as well. You know, it's better than taking it out on yourself or on things around you. Or I hit a pillow or a cushion, because what's that going to do to a pillow or a cushion? Nothing. you know, if it helps you feel better, fair enough, hit a pillow, hit a cushion. But yeah, or I'll rip something up that I know is going to be binned anyway, that I don't need, and I feel good about doing that. Again, it's not ideal, but it's healthier than hurting yourself or hurting someone else or breaking shit up around you, isn't it? But yeah, lately as well, what I've been trying to do is trying to distract myself and focus my mind a little bit when I'm feeling in a rage, like doing a task or something like that. But it's easier said than done. It is. It depends on how far you are in your rage as well. It's so much easier said than done. But I also phone my mum as well. She is like my go-to for anything really. For any emotion, I'm ringing my mother. She must be sick of us. When she sees my name pop up on her phone, she must think I need to ignore her. But she doesn't. She picks up. And I vent to my mum. I rant. And I think sometimes venting can just help you just to get it out. Do you know what I mean? Just to physically say whatever you're thinking or feeling. And then she listens, and then she calms us down, and then I don't know, it's weird, mums just do that, don't they? It's like they've got some like magic spell or something that they use on you. I need it. But yeah, that's what I do when I'm feeling angry. It don't always work, but if anyone was looking for tips, there's a few tips for if you're in a bit of a rage sort of thing. When I'm feeling sad, I listen to music. Like I say, I listen to music for all of my emotions and episodes and moods and stuff like that. It's just how I get through the day. It makes my day go quicker, it's more manageable. Or I do some creative writing. I like putting my feelings into poems and things like that. I did post a poem a couple of days ago, I think it was, on the page. I like to put my feelings into poems, creative writing and stuff like that, and stories. It sort of focuses my energy, and it's like a healthy outlet as well as writing down your feelings and your thoughts and stuff like that. I mean, I rarely ever let anyone see these poems, so because I posted one the other day. Also, what I do is I cuddle and play with my little dog Tyrion, because he is the love of my life, and he sort of just picks us up. I look at him and it's like I can't feel sad anymore when I look at my dog. Do you know what I mean? I think quite a lot of people would be able to relate to that with their pets. I try and get some sleep as well, just purely to escape when I'm feeling really sad, but I don't sleep very well anyway, so. But yeah, I do try and sleep when I can, like when I'm feeling sad, just to escape. It's not the best, but sometimes good sleep can do you a world of good though, can't it? The last thing I would say is just I try and be a little bit proactive when I'm feeling sad. Like when I say proactive, I don't actually mean like massively being proactive. I mean just getting up, brushing my teeth and getting dressed for the day. I don't mean putting makeup on or anything like that. I just mean brushing my teeth, brushing my hair, pushing my hair back and putting on some clean clothes. And I think that makes a massive difference. It might not be a lot to some people, but when you're feeling that way, it's a huge achievement. It really, really is. But the last thing as well that I want to sort of mention is I also disassociate on a daily basis. I don't know if many people know what that is. I know a lot of you do because we spoke about it in the past on different lives. But I do that throughout the day, many times a day, and it just helps me to manage and disassociate, detach myself from my feelings, my thoughts and stuff like that, and my emotions. I've done it from being a very young child. It's just how I coped and managed to get through stuff, but I still do it to this day, and a lot of the time I don't even realise I'm doing it. And like my partner will be like, Ashley, what you doing? Hello, are you there? Do you know what I mean? Or I just totally go my own world, totally disassociate, detach myself from everything, and that's how I cope in a lot of situations as well. But I'll talk all about disassociation in another different video, because the video is going to be quite long. I think I'm trying to condense this down and talk as quick as I possibly can and fit it all in so I don't bore you all. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is just a quick guide, I guess, to what BPD is all about and my little experiences with it. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments box below. I hope this borderline personality disorder awareness video has been somewhat useful to you. Hopefully. I haven't actually slept yet. It's like currently 8 o'clock in the morning. I haven't slept. I've I thought I'd do this video and then put it online so it's ready for you, because I did promise people it would be online for them over the weekend. But if anyone does have any tips or advice on how to manage BPD, could you please either inbox me if you don't want to publicly put them on the page, but could you post them in the comments box below? Because I think not only would I find it useful to hear about other people's experiences with BPD and how they manage it and stuff, I think it would be really helpful to everybody else on the page as well, because I do get asked about it quite a lot, and I can only tell people from sort of my experiences, and it's nice to get different people's experiences and stuff as well, and it's nice to be able to relate to one another too. So yeah, if you just could post in the comments box below, I would really appreciate it. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend as well. If you've enjoyed watching this video, can you please give it a like, a thumbs up, and even a share if you would like to give it a share. I'm not pressuring you or anything like that, but if you've enjoyed watching it, please give this video a like. Thank you all so much for your support as well. You're all amazing, and I really am grateful. I appreciate each and every one of you. These are all just totally class. And that is it from me, guys. Thanks. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Bye.